as I stand around in this bare yet still really cozy living room. From somewhere within this house, I can faintly hear the sound of a clock ticking. I hope that's not an omen for something. Happy Halloween, everyone, and welcome back once again to Garry's Mod. And if you've watched my Exploring Halloween Maps video, you know that I don't really like to make a huge event out of the day itself. To me, Halloween is all about the seasonal feelings leading up to it. The fall, the decorations, the traditions. And so the holiday itself is actually a little bit sad because it means that tomorrow all the decorations come down and we go back to normal, boring reality. And the only good thing is that the colors on the trees remain. I just love those holidays that we give our entire surroundings a makeover for. And there is no better holiday for that than Halloween, which is why I think that aesthetically, this should last from the beginning of September straight through to the end of November, and then and only then can Santa stick his fat nose in our territory. I think there was a movie about that once, but anyway, I think in the name of that idea, instead of doing some big Halloween event, I'm just going to take this time to kind of chill out and explore a lot of the smaller maps that you guys have requested over the past year that I never really got around to. The first of which is this one, Atmospheric House. Now, I'm going to have a little bit of trepidation going through here. I believe it's just exactly what it says, an atmospheric house. A nice little house built in the Source engine to an extremely fine level of detail that we can explore in and have fun with. The thing is, though, I get nervous when a whole bunch of you suggest a seemingly innocuous map, and so I'd like you to meet our co-host for the day. Say hello, Safety Glock. Hello! I might have a mental illness. Anyway, let's have a look around. Ooh, I always do really like it when doors open only one way. It's more realistic, and a lot of games don't do it. Ooh, not only that, we can actually see which direction the hinges on the door go. Oh, this really is super detailed, although it is somewhat disconcerting that there's no one here, yet the table is set for two. One clearly for me, but who else is here? Have I been summoned for a dinner party by an unknown host? Or is this just a home invasion and I'm a crazy person? In any case, I really like these lights. Shadows down a long hallway. It's a totally normal space, but it's the kind of thing that gives it a foreboding atmosphere. Oh, and you ordered pizza. That window is open a crack. Yeah, wow. I always talk about how I really like environments that are properly scaled and that have enough detail that they actually feel like someone lives in them. And this is a really good proof of concept of that in the Source engine. It's really hard to do, and it's the details that take a lot of time to get right. But when developers actually put in the time to make it work, you get something really memorable. Especially in VR, because it makes you feel like you were there. And that's what the experience is all about, right? Immersion. Did I open that door? Something kind of weird is going on here, actually. I don't remember opening this door. And I can't remember if I saw it before to tell that. The TV is on some kind of calibration screen, and there's a whole lot of books knocked over and on the floor. This is likely a lot of custom assets, but before I search for the intruder, how about I judge your book collection? Eyes Wide Open 2, Mountain, Death Chord 3. Actually, wait, no, I know this is real, see? They have novels. I've heard of novels. Now, there's got to be something more around here, but we'll want to completely clear the first floor before heading upstairs. Oh, I do not like unnecessarily spacious bathrooms. And this curtain seems to be shredded. Why is that? Why is that a thing? I really could have seen that coming, but I guess it just wouldn't be a librarian video if I didn't get scared by my own image in a mirror. Is there something there? No, it's a hairbrush. Oh, I saw a shadow over there, and I thought there was somebody approaching in the doorway. Can we open these? This is exactly the kind of thing I would do if I lived in a house that was laid out like this. I actually don't like this modern idea of architecture where everything is so open. I like it when there's hallways to navigate down when you go to investigate that spooky noise. It makes those rainy Friday nights alone so much more entertaining. Okay, now we're going to start opening doors so that I know where I have and haven't been. We cannot open the front door, of course. There can't be any escape. But we know that it's nighttime outside because it's dark outside the windows. Time to head upstairs, then. Now, I think the proper way to do this would be to check the open hallways first, right? Oh, no. No, say it ain't one of these things. Oh, and it's fully animated and everything. Well, I found the source of the ticking. A lot of people are filling in the end of that joke for themselves in the comments right now, but my grandma had one of these, and I don't know how they could possibly be taken as anything other than creepy. The way its eyes shift back and forth as if it's waiting for something. The ticking of the clock even further implying that. What do you know that I don't, Cat? Now, this is a little bit of a weird layout. This here is sort of like a sort of combo study and sitting area, but it's in the middle of a hall. You could almost classify this as liminal if we're going by the strict definition. Old black and white photos of children are always creepy, no matter the circumstance. I guess let's just start opening doors. Really annoying how I keep grabbing the magazine from my invisible pouch every time I open a door with my left hand. Ooh. A little office right off of the master bedroom. That's nice. Oh, I love these desk lamps like this, casting you into a single beam of light like you're some kind of 40s detective. This bed, however, leaves something to be desired. I feel like I would not have room to lay down across this. Seems kind of small. And that comes right back out onto here. Saves us some time. Okay. Well, tell us what you know. Why are you staring so intently at this doorway right here? Come on. These curtains also shredded, unless they're just not displaying properly, and that window also open. I feel like I shouldn't be getting too close to this. But wait, I was able to push my gun through. Is there actually 3D space out there? Oh, well, there's a disconcerting thought. Staring out into the blackness like that just makes me feel like something's staring back. I'm gonna get out of here. You keep watch, okay? I'm counting on you. Okay, this leads to the laundry room. With weird kitchen cabinet inside. These are all structures that, like, I suppose could exist, but are just a little bit weird and definitely outside of my familiarity. We're going to open that just so we know where we've been. 2 more rooms. This room is dark, empty, and the window is open. Why is this room in particular unfurnished? And it's got an even darker closet. Did something get out or did something come in? I don't like this one bit. All I can be reminded of is the 2005 Amityville Horror. You know the scene I'm talking about. I'm out. Let's just finish this place up and get out of here. This one's also empty, but with a single light at the end here. This wallpaper job leaves something to be desired. But the light is on. Why would it be like this? Oh, that's a dresser. It was kind of hard to see in the dark. Alright, well, I didn't find anything here, but it certainly allowed me to freak myself out as I went through. And the sound of that ticking clock certainly wasn't any help. Still, though, I really have to appreciate it. It's so detailed, it's so properly scaled, that in VR, I honestly feel like I've been awkwardly left at some friend's house while they went out to do something, and now I was just sat in front of the TV, timidly checking over my shoulder every time I hear that ticking. Oh, this was actually a surprisingly fun experience, but let's move on to some more traditional maps, shall we? It is now my pleasure to welcome you to PH Halloween House V3. I downloaded this prop hunt map a few years ago to play with the Spooky Squad, and I don't remember if we ever played on this one in particular, but some of you might recognize it actually as the subject of one of my bumpers that I stick at the end of videos. Hello? Oh, look at that! We can actually see the silhouette of a witch flying around on a broomstick. Leave her be. I'm not about to become an AA gun. Don't want to get on our bad side. She'll turn you into a newt. Although I've heard that condition is recoverable. Now, just like any spooky Halloween mansion, we've got a graveyard in front, with a grave that seems to have been dug entirely incorrectly. The body goes below the ground, guys. I don't know what you're trying to pull with this. And it looks like they've done it even more wrong over here. Oh, very wrong. So wrong, in fact, that this isn't a grave. This is an underground entrance. Okay, I guess we'll take a look at where that goes first. It looks like someone had some problems. It's quite dark. Oh, we're like a tunnel rat in Vietnam. Oh, that looks like it probably leads up into the house. We don't want to jump the gun with that. Alright. We gotta do this methodically. Check the grounds first before we enter into the house. Maybe we'll get some idea of what we're dealing with and what kind of map this is. I see that jack-o'-lantern smiling at me from that top window. Anything useful in the shed? Maybe a chainsaw for impromptu limb replacement? No? Are there any actually names on these gravestones? Oh my god! Okay, so there will be scripted scares on this map. Okay, well, there's my confirmation. I did not play this map because I would have remembered something like this. Okie dokie. Whew. Yeah, I don't know why, but for some reason when I point my gun, or even just my empty hand in that direction in particular, it draws a laser pointer. Shouldn't be doing that, but here we are. Well, clearly they're in the Halloween spirit as they've decorated, unless these are the residents. I don't know if I want to meet the guy who has that study. Who am I kidding? I want to be the guy who has that study. A surprisingly unimpressive foyer. And given everything else we've seen so far. Man, this guy really does love to put busts of himself all over the place. And this seems a serious fire hazard. This place looks like it's been abandoned for years. What can we see out the back window? How far do these grounds continue? There's another shed. That's a chainsaw shed if I ever saw one. And a rusty old playground. Now that we know that there can be scares, I'm going to be on edge the whole time. That is some extraordinarily large china. This guy must have been loaded. Also, of course, there's a melon room. No wonder, they probably got rich off of Liminal Gallery. Now, nothing much back here just yet. We're gonna have to ascend the creepy staircase. Or descend into the creepy basement. Now, that's a one-way trip. We'll check the study first. Come on. These fires burning suggest someone was here just recently. Is that the safe where you keep your Liminal Gallery fortune? Wow. That's a fireplace big enough to cremate bodies in. I wonder if you need such a pyre in order to stop anything from sliding down. Can't quite tell if it goes up farther than that. But it looks like this hole in the floor probably goes down to the basement. We can just jump down. Actually, this is really the only way to get back up. It's even better than taking the stairs. Come on. Great place for a LAN party, huh? Down in the basement, remove the stairs so that Mom can't come bother you. Only thing you need is some... Oh, never mind, friends. Yeah, so this really was a place for a LAN party. Cool. Play some Halo 2 custom games. I don't like the way you guys are looking at that thing. Bloodstains to ajar doors always indicate good things. And now it's not our problem. It's not our problem, right? No. Okay, good. I guess it's occupado. And this, right here, is where that tunnel leads. Excellent. I definitively just heard the sounds of doors opening and closing. Was it this one? Oh, it's the doll room. Horror baby, you having a sleepover with your family and friends? This room may actually be the closest to pristine we've seen yet. Just waiting to see what you're gonna pull. Whatever it is, I'm ready for it. I can't take you with me. That's a shame. You look like you could imbue me with some real supernatural powers. In the meantime, it seems like you're just showing off to let me know I'm not welcome. Well, I can take a hint. You know, by taking the hint after you made it clear that you don't want me here. That leads up to the attic. Oh, great. Looks like that party got a little rowdy after all. And now they just haven't figured out how to tell anyone. It looks like they may have tried dissolving him in the bathtub. Good effort, kids. But I'll take it from here. Pumpkin in the shower. I always get the heebie-jeebies from bathrooms that are way larger than they need to be. Normally, they only have a certain amount of size where they're very tiny if it's just a toilet and a sink, and a little bit larger if they also have a bathtub and a shower. I just noticed that corpse right there in the dark. Never mind, I don't think this was an accidental death from a party that got too rowdy. I think they wanted no witnesses. No wonder there's all these fresh graves out in the front yard. And now would be a perfect time to pass off any corpses to the authorities as just Halloween props. Up we go. Oh, what is that? Oh, a floating table. And it's an antique. That'll go for a fortune at auction. What happens if I get close? Nothing much. It'll just stop until I let it go. Over here, yes. Yes, now this is a backdrop for a podcast. Got a seat for me and my co-host? Let's jump down and head for the backyard. You really do feel eyes on you from the jack-o'-lanterns on this map. Makes you feel like they are residents and not just left out by the residents. There's that witch flying over like a hawk or a vulture buzzing over its soon-to-be kill. Is there anything of interest back here? Horror baby, I warned you to be careful with these new electric seesaws. Yeah, wow, this whole playground really is just a rusty death trap. I guess finally, let's see what's in the shed. You know what, let's try it just to see if there's anything to this. Oh, wait. Oh, there is actually more to this tunnel. I kind of had a feeling there would be. I don't like the idea of these sparse wooden beams creaking overhead, holding however many tons of dirt above me. It looks like things didn't go so well for the giant who crawled through here with that oversized flashlight. Hang on, let me bring out my regular-sized flashlight. I don't like moving this deep underground. There's a cave-in right here. A dead end. Well, I guess against all logic of turning back, I should start digging and, well, wherever we end up, that'll be the next map. Well, I spent quite some time digging, and I came out on a map called GM Subterrane. And if the workshop page is anything to go by, this map was actually part of the Half-Life 2 beta leak. So at one point, this was actually an official map, presumably made by Valve themselves. Now, I think seeing unused assets from games, it's really interesting because it gives you a look at a different tone and feel. And basically, it introduces you to a new vibe, a new way of looking at something you're already very familiar with. A look at what it could have been. I mean, I look around at this and I hardly even recognize it as Half-Life 2. Of course it's the same textures, but something about even the geometry doesn't look right to me. Well, I guess we do have to head back underground, since we can't open these front doors, but we gotta go up before we can go down, because presumably that will yield the fewest results. Oh, look. Through the open windows, we can see the city outside. And we look to be right under a radio tower. Is this some kind of abandoned radio station? And if so, why would it need to be over something so expansive underground? Well, it's not like we have any other choice. Let's get spelunking. Something about seeing cobblestone floors and brick walls underground. All of it is giving me flashbacks to last year's Halloween Explorer, which was a map I still think about all the time, titled GM Catacombs. Oh, the ambient sounds of the city above have entirely cut out, and now we're left only with the sounds of dripping water in this long disused space. Oh no, how deep does this go? It actually looks pretty... It looks to be in pretty good shape down there, though, so if we remove these... I said if we remove these... This doesn't actually go anywhere. I wonder if at one time maybe some enemies, like head crabs or something, were meant to spring out of here? That's the other thing about going through scrapped assets, is that you sort of have to guess at its intention in the context of the product that we got. Right now, we know that the project that this became was Half-Life 2. It may not have the same feel, but it likely had the same mechanics. And so in that way, we can make some inferences. Oh no. This is going to be a very crouch-heavy map, isn't it? Alright. Those cracks you hear are my knees, by the way. I can just imagine having to come down here in order to evade the Combine. You know what? Maybe this actually became the sewer segments in the final game. Yeah, I'm certainly seeing some familiar-looking architecture. Oh, that is so cool! Oh, look at this. Yeah, this is all sewers. I wonder if we'd be able to find anything if we jump down there. But I'll try to keep to the intended path. We can open this, but given that we can fall down there, which is a little bit odd, why is there a ladder and yet the walkway, the barriers are broken open? Unless maybe it's meant to be a makeshift ladder that's been placed here. Oh, look at that. This is cool. It's almost like there's multiple layers of the sewer from different eras of history, and they all kind of meet each other in crisscross. Actually, not unlike GM Catacombs. Oh, and we can crawl through here. I wonder if there wasn't originally meant to be more of an exploration aspect to the game. That tunnel's collapsed. And there's a weird ghost of a flame coming up through the floor right here. I wonder what that's about. But we can still look up and see the city above. In GM Catacombs, you knew you were in trouble once you couldn't do that anymore. Someone's broken through down here. There actually is something about this style of map design where you move from one type of tunnel into an older, more degraded one, and it makes you feel almost like you've fallen into the back rooms, like you're not supposed to be here. Yeah, it's almost like these more concrete tunnels were built through the old brick ones. I think the way to progress here, and it's giving me a lot of different ways to go, but I only have so much time. So I'm just going to head down to the deepest, darkest pits I can find. This certainly is a deep, dark pit to start with. And we can't go that way, but I can certainly imagine the howls that would be coming down these pipes. One thing Half-Life 2 definitely had was a good sound design where you could hear horrific things happening all around you all the time, and it often wouldn't give you the satisfaction of seeing what it was. Half-Life Alyx often showed you, that's for sure. For a second I thought those pipes around the corner were a couple of large, oversized fingers wrapping around. Imagine manhacks chasing you through here. That was what I liked about the first part of Half-Life 2, was you were being pursued. You felt like a fugitive on the run. And the maps really lended themselves to that. It felt like a big cat-and-mouse game. But I'm actually, if this really is from the beta, I'm really surprised at how open this is. It's a very different design philosophy from what actually ended up being in the game. And when you're underground, I've talked about this before, it is an immense comfort when you can actually see the surface. That doesn't actually look like there's anywhere to go. I don't think we can jump down there. Alright, since I don't know where else to go, I guess we'll try this ladder right here. Up, up, up. Oh, it's almost like I can feel my lungs taking in fresher air than where we just came from. Now, where do we go? Flashlight, if you'll kindly get back to me, please. I need you to stick close by my side. Well, that way's not happening. Always weird seeing doors just built into the sewers, like regular wooden doors. But we are getting higher up. That's always a good thing, isn't it? Hello? There doesn't actually seem to be anything through here. I wonder if this wouldn't have actually been where we began the level in the actual gameplay. Because I don't know where the uploader would have gone and placed spawn points. Presumably some formatting was required to make this work correctly in Garry's Mod, right? This looks like potentially a breakaway floor. Hello, what is this? Is this the secret resistance door? Knock 3 times and answer the password? Oh, and this goes on to open air. Would this be the end of the road? Not for now, because we can't open this. What happens if we jump through here? And by jump, I mean no clip through for the sake of my knees. I'm gonna have to crouch anyway. Oh, the flickering light of doom? Clearly meant to instill an air of foreboding for what awaits us. Probably would have run down here from the Combine, and this would be to give us the impression of, okay, we've escaped one thing, but what new thing are we heading into? This all looks a little bit familiar. I might have seen this already. Oh, I don't know. I don't think we've seen this before. No, we have. Well, since I didn't see before, I might as well find out if there's any reason to jump down here, right? Thank you, water, for breaking my fall. Hope there's no alien lizards in here to gobble me up. There's where we would have come off the walkway. Can't open that door. Anything here if we progress further down the tunnel? No, nothing. Maybe we can open it? Maybe it just wasn't cooperating? Yeah, there we go. Oh, but that's gated off. And we can't open it. Oop. And that's the end of that. Oh, I can picture what the intent of this would have been. Since we can't open it, probably we would have observed something happening to somebody through here. Maybe other people that ran down with us and got cornered by manhacks or something. This looks like a prime spot for some kind of NPC encounter. Well, I think I've seen about all there is to see on here. Let's move on to the next one, then. Whoa. I am already impressed with this one. Welcome everyone now to GM Abandoned Mall. Oh, look at this huge cavernous space lit by that massive skylight. And all those swaying vines overhead. This is gorgeous. Let's have a look over the railing. Those destroyed planters that once housed the trees that are now spilling out and growing all over the place. Oh, this is so cool. This feels like something that could almost actually exist, and yet it's still very heavily stylized. I've been saying for a while that I'd really like to see it become a genre of realistic urban exploration maps, and this, while it might seem a little bit fantastical, I'm not seeing anything that there's any reason why it couldn't happen. Sure, it's got a little bit of an eerie soundtrack to it, but what's wrong with that? It certainly fits with the image. Oh, this is so cool. Alright, I gotta get my flashlight out and start exploring these stores, but what a centerpiece. Oh, I find that every location sort of has that one feature that defines it. This would certainly be it for here. Oh, it's perfect. Alright, let's start checking out these side stores. Now with their facades removed, graffiti on the walls, only a handful of things remain. Now that's a little less realistic. But it looks like this would have been a hallway that led either into a larger area of the mall, or maybe to the parking garages. In any case, a collapsed ceiling like that means massive structural damage to the place, and... oh, look at that, we can even see a sign sticking up out of the rubble. Imagine the absolute avalanche. All that debris rushing through here at speed. How terrifying something like that would have been to witness. That door is boarded up. I don't assume we can break those down, but I have to at least try it, no? Which leads me to wonder, why would such a haphazard job be done of securing these doors in particular? Almost like something did it in a panicked rush. I think there's where we came from. Those are freezers, so some kind of small grocery store? It's almost like all of this would have been part of like a restaurant or something, but all of it was moved out here during liquidation, maybe to be sold off or moved away, but they never got as far as doing all that. Lighting on here is so beautiful. I love natural light in abandoned spaces. It always seems to cast a beam down onto the most important features to show you where it is you need to go. Funny how it just kind of works out that way. The images that can be produced by human construction being reclaimed by nature. seeing the same thing in a completely different way. And it's interesting to see how nature utilizes the construction that we build. In this case, falling out of the planters and using the dirt below to propagate itself around the building. Growing down from the skylight above, probably all kinds of soil being deposited on the roof by all these years of wind and rain. It looks like some of the panels are still intact and there's leaves falling on top of them, but many of them are also broken, allowing the vines to come down. In some places, that natural light coming through almost makes it look like the lights are still on in here. I can hear the sounds of creatures all around, but I don't see any. That's the funny thing about abandoned spaces, is that you know so many animals must call it their home, but they're pretty good at hiding. I've never actually seen a living animal inside an abandoned building. Although I have seen some kitties walking outside. Another collapse down this way. Wow, it gives you the impression that this is the last piece, an iconic image from what was once a much larger mall. And here's a cozy bar off to the side. Flip some of these chairs over and this would be a great spot to hang out. Your own private oasis. These are one of those times where you really have to appreciate what a location was. To imagine so many people walking through here on their day-to-day, not having any idea what it would eventually become. With all this, it actually feels almost like ancient ruins, and yet, knowing what it actually was, something so mundane, it's cool to see it become something like this. I don't really have too much more to say about this. This is just such a cool little eye candy map. And I'm glad I checked it out. I was just thinking, you know what else is a fun part of the Halloween season? Haunted houses. And I've always kind of seen Garry's Mod horror maps as being basically interactive haunted houses, so this looks to be a treat. We're now going to be trying GM Horrorween Part 1, a map that's been on my list for a while and has kind of fallen by the wayside. And it invites us to start, if we dare. So already it's got the exact kind of vibe that I'm looking for. I'm in the dark. Can I perhaps spawn a flashlight? Oh, I don't know how well this is going to work in VR. Hello? Oh, look. It's the image of this very desk and hammer. And a little cute mousey. Oh, I love this map already. I am not lazy. I just prefer to participate selectively. Words to live by. We seem very small in this environment. Maybe the creator's really short. Okay, I'll get it. First, let's have a look around. Super duper pooper scooper. Super toilet paper. Oh, these are all like postal props or something. And here we can not find some first aid. Here we have a poor man's window. Although I suppose with the right amount of imagination you could put anything outside of it. I already love this map's sense of humor. The creator seems like he might have some things to hide. Those are definitively bloodstains. And let's find out who's ugly. Alright, I'm coming. I was just exploring my entire house. Hold your horses.
Yo, dude, it's me, Lucifer. There's some fucked up shit going on you. My house number is 666, but you already know that.
Someone named Lucifer calling me up and saying, "Come see me, I need you," is pretty much my dream come true, so we're going to want to move on that. But first, let's explore the rest of this place. Curse of the Haunted Pizza, from the makers of Pepperoni Pizza Returns, Pizza Reunion, and the Stockholm Syndrome. This whole thing just has that very, 2000s source sense of humor that the modding community often had. Can we open any of this? Oh, we actually can. Cool. Some extra suit power. Not that I can see any of that. And the world's largest hot dog. Although it looks a little papery, not very edible. Now, how do I actually get out of here? That looks like it's probably the front door. And we can't take our bike laid out for us under the stairs. What about this door? Oh no, that's the way out. So what's the other one? Can you imagine, Source Bros owning a house these days? Can you imagine anyone owning a house? I would love to read what that says, but I can't actually pull out a flashlight. I think it says, "Warning, human remains." Okay, so confirmed. There's a very good reason why we're being called upon by Lucifer to do his bidding. Bidding he himself apparently can't do. Oh. I guess I should have read the sign. Although technically the jump scares were behind. A warning, I guess, to always be careful on the monkey bars. Let's grab all that. Do we get a flashlight now? No. Since I can't spawn my own stuff, I really hope there's not going to be combat. Oh, I see. The sign would be facing forward where the gate closed, warning you about the jump scares ahead. Okay, I see. This was perfectly reasonable. Now, where does my buddy live? Right next door? Well, this isn't where we're going, but it is worth making a pit stop, right? First of all, let's get a tactical view of what's going on inside. Whoa! Oh, no such luck. There's a very conspicuously boarded up area over here. Whatever we need to progress is probably inside. Trick or treat. At this height, this brings back memories. You chose trick. So, I guess that means a home invasion. Can't go through there. Hello? Is there anybody home? Alright, I can't figure out what I'm supposed to be doing here. I'm thinking maybe something isn't working right with VR. I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to have found some kind of weapon or something for breaking this down, but I can't find anything and I can't spawn anything either, so just give me a moment. We were supposed to see some titles. Halloween Eve 2017. Location, somewhere on Earth. Now, this map might be a little later than it feels like. I mean, the feeling of this so far has been solidly 2006. Well, let's get a move on for anything we may have missed. New objective: make your way to your friend's house. Optional: kill all the monsters at your neighborhood. Alright then. Ah, we can open up these cabinets. Yeah, I was trying them, but I couldn't get it to work in VR. Gold coin. And the weak knife. Yeah, this would not have lended itself well to VR. Gamesomeness was here. Alright, we've got a custom weapon and everything! What is that? Oh, you know what? I think that's like a beta zombie. How do we fight you? Just gotta get close and back off. If we even can kill this thing. But we were offered a bonus objective to kill all monsters in the neighborhood. I just have to get around you so I have more room to maneuver. Oh, that took some doing. Thankfully, we didn't lose too much health. But who knows how scarce that stuff is gonna be. Wow, you really were not taking care of your space. This almost looks like you were lying there slumped against the wall until you had a reason to come out. But this ain't the map for analytics. This is the map for progression and laughing at the corny jokes it throws at us, just like a real haunted house. Let's just slash our way through. Oh no. That was actually a surprisingly creepy sound. And in certain ways, I can't help but be reminded of Cry of Fear. Oop. There we go. How do we get up to the creepy abandoned old house? And maybe that's not what we're supposed to do at all. More health, thank you. And let's get moving. We've got to be a cool enough dude to save our friend Lucifer and purge the neighborhood of monsters. Do we have to enter the graveyard? Whatever's going on here, it's got to be the source of it. House number 3 is certainly in the Halloween spirit, with all these glowing decorations up in its darkened windows. But it seems like our prime spot isn't going to be in there, but down the manhole cover of horrors. Now, what's going on in here now? Alright! Oh, wow! Oh, what are you? What are you? What are you? What are you? Are you the beta fast zombie? You're actually a lot scarier than the ones we've ultimately got. Okay, just gotta keep moving around you and slapping. Just gotta keep moving and slapping, moving and slapping, moving and slapping. Oh, what is your face? Do you even have one? Are you completely headless without a head crab? Jeez. Oh, you're still physics. No, you have a head crab. But, you're kind of blocking me from moving. Oh, come on. Yeah, so that was annoying. This guy ragdolled in a way that trapped me and pinned me to the floor, forcing me to restart. Finally. Oh man, I hope the combat isn't all going to be like this and too frequent, because that is super annoying. Yeah, but so far, it's certainly got the spirit. That spirit of just kind of Halloween goofiness. Huh, that goes down to the sewers as well, does it? Only this doesn't have a jump scare warning. Ring, ring. Howdy, bud. Oh. You, sir, chose trick. And especially after I cleared your demon problem. Yep. Is this a shortcut leading us to the same location? This would certainly lead me to believe that this is all part of the church next door. Maybe when we have enough coins, we can use that to open this gate and get whatever's over there. Well, we'll have to keep this in mind for later, then. Ugh. Wow, it is so dark down here. What is this? This seems like the kind of door that opens and something starts chasing me. As does that. Oh, I see. We can come through here and get some health. Nice. And we can also probably use it to hide from whatever crazy monstrosity starts chasing us in this tunnel. And whatever it is, I think it just noticed us. We can't get through here, but very likely that light will change to indicate when we can. Now, where are we going? So this seems like a very likely candidate for places for monsters to come from. Or for places for monsters to store my mutilated corpse after they've already gotten me. Ah, here we are! Oh, we're moving on up in the world. I did not expect this much from it. And these all look to be custom models as well. Oh, look at this. And we have plenty of ammo, too. You would think if Lucifer is regularly calling upon us that we would carry some of this stuff of our own rather than having to find it every time. I haven't looked the other way, but onward ho. A lot of doors, any one of which could have horrible things coming from them. Just because it's locked for me doesn't mean it is for them. Ah, a key. But a key to what? I mean, I know it says sewer key, but every door is a sewer door. There we are. But does it only open that, or does it open all of them? I would have to assume it's the latter. Hi! Bang, bang, bang. Oh, what is this? A squirt gun? Can I just farm you from here, or will you break that down? You will. Oh, 8 bullets doesn't feel like a whole lot in this context. No! Getting cornered is the last thing I need right now. Oh, you're a big shadow. Are you actually taking damage, or am I just wasting my ammo on you? The bonus objective said, kill all monsters. Oh, it's not like we have a choice. You've gone and sealed the tunnel on us. Don't get cornered, don't get cornered, don't get cornered. And that's that. Question is, now what do we do? Oh, great. Oh, great, it's a whole parade of them. The first one was so easy. This is exactly what we needed. We do have the knife, but I'm not looking forward to using it. Luckily, you don't seem to hit any harder. Now let's start putting bullets into your buddy, too. We could make a run for it. There is more health, but we don't need that right now. Die, come on. These 8 bullets just does not feel like much when the enemy has so much health. And down. Excellent. And that opens this up as well. We can go back and collect our health, but we're not going to do that just yet. In the meantime, if this really does open up every sewer door, that means I've got to go back and try them all. Because there were definitely some locked ones that we couldn't access before. Yes, and, as I suspected, we can find another gold coin. This will open as well. This feels more like progression path than exploration path. It is tempting me with something at the end. You need something to blow this up. A bomb and detonator. Man, couldn't I just take my bike? Right here. Well, there's the bomb, but not the detonator. It seems like common sense to store these things together. Or maybe it's the opposite, like bullets and ammo. Well, only good things can be in here. Ah! Alright, what about here? We opened this door earlier. That's the detonator. Imagine if we had found that before knowing what it was for. We're not done exploring this area yet. How about right here? More equipment and more ammo. Which I burned through pretty quickly considering how much health these enemies have. I'm sorry, this door was not open before. Come closer. It sucks that it's the point of this channel that I have to be a horror movie protagonist. How much closer can I get, though? Maybe after I blow those cinder blocks! Maybe after I blow those cinder blocks, I'll be able to do stuff. Never mind. That was the payoff. That was the payoff. Anyway, big boom time. I could just hide in here for the rest of Horrorween. Wouldn't be the worst thing. Would certainly get me better EKG results. In any case, let's climb through here. And up through here, thus concluding, hopefully, the sewer segments. We're putting in a lot of effort just to cross over hedgerows. We're at house number 4, so we've got quite a while to go until reaching 666. But I'm strapped in and ready for a long night. Hello? Well, since the resident is deceased, I think that means that legally I can help myself to whatever I want. What was that image that just flashed on the screen? Checkpoint set. Okay! So does that mean that if I had died at any point prior to this, I would have had to go all the way back to the beginning? That's a little bit of a disturbing thought. Oh, wow, look at this place. Quite an interesting variety of architecture on this block. Wish I lived someplace like this. Needs a gate key to be opened. Well, there's plenty of supplies inside. Trick or treat. Oh, right here. Oh no, that's not the gate, that's the mansion. If we want to access the back, we'll have to go in through the front. I have a feeling this place might have been haunted even before the ghosts arrived in town. The place feels more like a crypt than a home. Everything made of concrete. And of course we can't access the side area with all those supplies. I can hear something upstairs, but I can't quite figure out what yet. Oh. At first I thought that was two heads sitting in a chair facing away from me. Go away. Well, I'm trying. You're not making it easy. Well, that is a start. Come on. I was really expecting something to burst out of there, given this map's MO thus far. What about here? No door breaking down jump scares. There we go. I figured we were about due for one. Hi. It looks kind of like Marlon Brando in Apocalypse Now, doesn't it? Ah, and there is the rusty key. That must be how we get out of here. Although it does beg the question of how we get into here. Unless it's just one big tease. Still not good enough. This must be there's something inside the mansion itself. Ah, yes, we can access this now. That's actually surprisingly disconcerting. What is real? Come talk to my gun, I'll show you what's real. Things about to get real for you. Hey man, I was just blowing smoke. Oh, come on! Reality. That seems like a pretty obvious statement. I don't think I needed your help with that. Oh, great. We're down in the Cry of Fear Silent Hill level. This is just what we needed. This is just what we needed. In such cramped quarters, enemies are going to be a problem. My. This place has been swallowing up would-be trick-or-treaters for years, hasn't it? Old key obtained. Still no. Wrath? Are you trying to teach me something? Oh, great, you scared me so hard I switched to a different weapon. Well, at least this gun is significantly more effective against you guys than the machete was. Alright. You're slow enough that I can quite lackadaisically show you how it's done. There we are. Alright, I'm not scared anymore. Oh, there's something really weird about just, like, slightly off face proportions. Let me fix that for you. Well, there's some very disturbing screams emanating from the bloodstains as if someone was pulled out of the chair and eviscerated in the upper left corner. Ah, I had to completely break you down to receive the hidden key. Will that enable me to get through here? No, of course not. It's got to be the door at the end of the hall, then, towards death. And all these doors, like, make me feel so uncomfortable with how huge they are. It almost sort of reminds me of Suspiria, where they made all the doorways so, like, large, and the entire set's actually so large in comparison to the cast, and it made it feel like they were so small and vulnerable, and it gave the whole thing a very fairy tale feeling. We've just been looping through the same hallway over and over. I realize that now. Oh, it's a bit disturbing how seamless that was. Oh, no. Oh, no? Okay, maybe I just wasn't looking, but that really confused me a little bit. Lust. Are these the 7 deadly sins? Am I being put through some kind of... Oh, I get it. This is one of those religious hell house experiences. The ones they do on Halloween instead of haunted houses. Okay. I'm ready. Ooh, that one made noise. Yes. Okay, it's a good thing I thought to try that. Well, we got that chain thing. Does that enable us to do anything? Probably back here we'll find something to do with it. Always weird when you find the solution to a puzzle you didn't even know you were solving. Ah! Okay, jump scare. Been a little while since we've seen one of you. Sloth. That was the exact opposite of sloth. That was very, very kinetic. A lot of movement. A lot of heart rate. Just the worst all around. Oh, I get it. You're punishing me for my laziness by making me climb. You know, I'm starting to be really, really glad that I didn't do this in VR. Oop. And I get another chain. You should now open up, right? Yep, there we are. So our sins so far, at least if we go by the ones where we had to retrieve a chain, are lust, sloth, and I guess we'll find out what else. Pride. Well, I was thinking gluttony, but this'll do. P R I E E. Penguin. Now, what did that do for us? We can open this, and it's some kind of weird tightrope walk. I'll save that for later. Oh, this still isn't opened. Oop. Oh man, this is gonna be tough. Will I actually fall if I step off of them, or are these just my lifeline leading me out to somewhere? Is the only danger in not staying on them that I'll get lost? I can hear things out there. It's another dead end. Oh wait, there's gotta be something down there. Then again, in situations like this, I am reminded of the way that an anglerfish works. This seems entirely too good to be true. Yep. False hope. The classic element of horror. Try making this jump here. Here we are. Envy. I must say, I do envy Horror Baby, getting to sleep in a little crib in a cool room. And it seems I've gotten my wish, because I am now joining Horror Baby. God, that looks so weird. Sorry, I didn't mean to wake you up fully. What do I do now? Hi. I shoot my problems when I'm confused. No! My! Die, 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 die faster, please! Die faster! Oh, what are you? Oh, I'm being chased by Nextbots! Die further, please! Oh, you seem slow at first, but you have like a leap forward ability. Huh. And attempting to touch Horror Baby just causes it to secrete some gooey substance. You murderer. Am I stepping over their invisible corpses? Is that why I can't move? Gluttony. Well, judging by all these blocks here, I think this one's on Horror Baby. Always a big eater. And that only further confirms it. They evil. Huh. Well, I guess Horror Baby is young. Their grammar isn't great yet. I have to say, this is actually pulling a lot of legit horror for something that started out so goofy. But I am enjoying it. Alright, let's walk back. I think once we cross this gap, we'll have to make a left. Assuming we have seen everything there is to see here. Wait, there's another here now. Was that not here before? No, I think this is new. The Nightmare Key obtained. Well, that can mean nothing but good things. Sending good vibes my way. Can I actually access this now? Yes! Wow, it really makes you think. Except not really, because still all I care about is getting through and getting what I want from the other house. If I break you, will you? Yes. Oh, that whole thing even told us where the gate key was. That was actually kind of brilliant. Oh, it was all like a twisted version of what we already came through. I somehow didn't even realize that. Well, now we can safely leave, but I still don't understand what's going on with this wall or how we access what's within. In we go! Oh, you're fond of those, are you? A broken metal gate as if something tried to get through? Tried to claw its way into our block? Well, not on my watch. I'm Monster Patrol. And I apparently have not been doing a very good job. But don't worry about that. I love how, like, I'm not physiologically reacting to the jump scares anymore. Like, even the really big ones. I'm just kind of firing my reflex shots and moving on. But I guess that's the thing, though, is that I am just kind of, you know, in that Halloween spirit. I'm relaxed, I'm lying here in my seat, and I'm just having fun. Sexy boy, explosion at Black Mesa. I don't understand how that magazine and that article correlate. But anyway, here's a floating G-Man on a white void. Oh, once again, doing like Mom taught us and never stepping into the street. Is this? Well, this is house number 6. But not 666, which is what we're ultimately looking for. That flickering light does suggest distress, though, and it's up to us, the neighborhood watch, to get in there and figure out what's afoot. Neighborhood watch types are notorious busybodies. Oh, great. I'm in jail again. I keep trying to tell them I'm not just a concerned citizen. I have designated myself a militia. No. No. Come on, get down here. Oh, I guess I'll just have to do my time. At this guy's house? Oh, of course, it was a sting operation. Oh, wait, there's a padlock right there. It blended in with the rest. What does that mean? SMG? Oh, yeah. They have done the exact opposite of taking me off the streets with this whole thing. Let's just flick of that switch, and... rip and tear. Hang on, wait. You ripped and teared not nearly fast enough. Oop. Okay, so SMG. Not doing a tremendous amount of damage. But, you know, it's the thought that counts. At least we can feel like we're ripping and tearing. Hello. You haunt my dreams after the scary maze game. It's a real trauma just seeing your face. There's about an 80% chance of a jump scare down this hallway. But we might as well go see. Not even a jump scare, just this. Oh, jeez. Alright, line up. Oh, this would be a lot more fun if you didn't have so much health. One down. It's like Project Zomboid. Each one that goes down makes this exponentially easier. Actually, wait. Despite their headless state, it does still seem to register extra damage on headshots. That's good to know. There we go. There's your stash. Every prison has to have an armory, even if it is a very unofficial one. Die. Yeah, definitely the play is to go for those headshots. Those non-existent headshots, which, when you think about it, is actually kind of spooky by itself. Now, where are we going from here? This is a very strange neighborhood layout. Number 8. So, like, every resident of this town is a murderer, right? I mean, come to think of it, I am a murderer. I was storing human remains in my own property. But, like, it's everybody. I suppose it's to be expected when Lucifer is a resident. Can we get up here? No. Oh, in the front door it is. Ah. It's like a demented, even wackier Crypt Keeper. Huh. That actually is pretty... I think that's actually what we saw on the TV earlier. More ammo for Yield SMG. Okay, whatever is in there does not like company on All Hallows Eve. I shall respect this for as long as I am required to. I don't like that noise. It sounds like something from, like, I'm Scared or something. No. Nope, we're now trapped. We're trapped in this general area. sound is coming from this thing? Oh no, you weren't there before. The walls are closing in around us. What do we do? So this is your dwelling, is it? What do you ask of us, new overlord? Anything for our soul? Oh! Oh my god! Okay, physiological response back. Heart rate, roughly 140 beats a minute. How tall you must be. It's almost like I made you angry by trying to access the other house, which maybe we can open now? No? No. We're in your domain now. Ugh! Oh my jeez! Oh, you were the literal portrait itself! Okay, head level. Take care of the flunkies first. That's the way you do it. This music sounds very copyrighted, but perhaps if we do this right, we can make so much noise that it doesn't matter. No. Oh, it's like you're trailing something behind you and you're doing so much damage to me. I did not expect a boss fight. It's been a long time since I've hit a checkpoint! I haven't healed either. Okay, I gotta aim directly for you. No, ow. There's gotta be something I can do. I don't know if I'll have enough health to outlast you. Especially once my armor wears out. Just go down. Just go down. I just need you to finally die. Alright, I think I'm gonna die. I think I'm gonna die. You just have such a ridiculous amount of health, and oh, I'm totally out of ammo. Yeah, I'm definitely dead. Never mind. Saved by the bell. I just gotta be really careful now. Make sure you guys don't get me, or I don't back into one of these fires. That could not have been any more of a photo finish to be continued in part 2. Oh my, what a rush. Huh. Oh wow. It's like, it's just like Haunted Hotel, or sorry, Hell Hotel. Huh. Well, we unlocked the only one that matters. Let's go have a look, see. I guess right after we look at the creator board. Hanu Korvala did mapping, level design, custom textures, custom sounds, custom models, weapon scripting, story writing, and Lua coding. Ilya Arifeev also worked on the same things, trailer, and Oscar-worthy voice acting. Some Kevin MacLeod and Purple Planet music, as well as Edmund McMillan and Danny Baranowski boss music, so maybe it's all royalty-free. Oh, wow. This map is a lot of fun. It feels like something from like the mid-2000s in its humor, but actually having some real genuine horror and jump scares that, while cheap, feel appropriate. Alright, well I only found 2 coins, so we're not going to be able to get into the party room. This should be fun. And it is exactly the same as in Hell Hotel. Well, the night's still young, and this is something of a special. Let's get back to some other stuff.
Alright, thanks again for the help, Officer Flatscreen. I'll take it from here. Oh, where am I? I figured I'd keep this little marathon going with a map that I've been trying to get to for a long time. And that is AN Arcade. From the thumbnail, I thought it would be like an indoor arcade thing, and that's what it looks like, but from these sounds, it looks like we're in the middle of some kind of forest. We're standing on a collapsing old dock. Let's get on to what I can only imagine is going to be dry land. I can only guess at what the texture would be. I'm kind of blinded by these floodlights, but it looks like I'm in a forest. Wait, those aren't stars in the sky. That looks like a painted ceiling. This obviously is a facade. Wait. Are these actually trees, or... No. Oh, what a cool illusion! These aren't trees, but pillars supporting the roof. Oh, I didn't know this was going to be a legit liminal space map. And this might be the best possible use I've seen yet of a space that is sort of coded like one thing, but is actually another. Actually using the architecture and textures of an arcade to create the illusion of a forest, if only we can't see as well. That is so cool, and look. It's got that glow-in-the-dark carpeting. I've always found arcades to be so unbelievably creepy. They had this sort of movie theater effect to them where you just can't tell what time it is. It feels so wrong to walk out of one to daylight. When you're inside one, you feel like you've been in there for days, and here... Well, maybe we really have, because this looks like the kind of place you could get lost in. Much like a lot of liminal spaces, it feels like this one kind of takes all the fears a child might have about a type of place and makes it into a reality. This place is very wide open, and there's a lot of different things we can look at. Or at least I think it is. That's the other thing about this kind of place, is that it can make it very difficult to judge just how large it actually is. Right now it feels like we're lost in a vast forest, but is that actually the case? Hello, strange concrete pillar. What's the deal with you? There's like a weird rushing wind effect that seems to be emanating from it. Ugh. Hello? God, what a disconcerting image. When dogs stand up on two legs like this, it just makes it feel like you've seen something you shouldn't have. And not to mention, it makes it very, very clear that dogs, a lot of the time, are about the same size as humans when they're fully stood up. But the most disturbing thing about that image is the one plastic plate wedged under the oven. I don't like looking at this at all. That actually sent chills down my spine. This is like exploring a new liminal gallery or something, but the setting makes it a little bit weird. Like there must be some common thread between these things that I'm meant to be seeing, but not. This liminal gallery is a little bit different, though, in that this forest floor seems to be populated by computer monitors rather than melons. Although I think Liminal Gallery 2 did have a section with these. The neon glow of this pattern does make it at least somewhat easier to navigate. It's better than this cavernous space being entirely dark, but it's still somehow a little bit more comforting to fully illuminate it and get the full range of colors. Oh, look at that. From a texturing perspective, that's actually really neat how certain colors can only be seen under direct light. It just makes the space ahead of me feel so much more full. Why do I suddenly feel the urge to be very, very quiet? Oh, that's a ladder. It's almost like I have to climb it without making enough noise as to disturb you. I've just realized all the ambient sounds have completely gone away. Are you the edge of the map? That sounded like it was coming from up above. Okay. I'll come back to you, I guess. Yeah, that probably was your trigger. Can we catch something if we go up quickly? Ah! Something really weird just happened to my view! Oh, there is a wall here, but were it not for the direct beam, it would look like just blackness. What's up here, if anything? I do not like chasing sounds in the absolute dark. Okay, I see nothing up here. This is just a little hideaway in the ceiling. No good to me. Yeah, I don't know why I'm having that weird issue with the beam projecting, and now that I've edited the last couple of parts, know that it's also projecting my mouse on the screen when it does that. Has it always done that? In any case, you are the edge of the map, so I guess the methodical way to go about this would be to pick a direction and then follow it. I guess, since we can see things over there, we'll move in a counterclockwise fashion. And occasionally, it looks like different types of light are being projected down from the ceiling, but with no obvious source. Like many liminal spaces, this feels like... Well, it feels like a dream a kid in the 90s might have. About being lost someplace after hours. Ooh. Oh no, it's one of these. I've been through these things at the Ripley's Believe It or Not Museum in Orlando, and I don't know if the illusion will come across in VR or especially in flat screen, but these things disorient you far more than you'd think in real life. Oh no, it's starting. Oh, it does work, it does work, it does work, it does work. Oh, it does. See, it keeps feeling like the floor is like swinging out from under me. Okay. I don't want to ruin... Oh, this is actually making me nauseous. I don't want to ruin the experience by closing my eyes, but... Geez, this is really, really tying my stomach in knots. That looks like the edge, but my flashlight's going to be no good in a space like this. Huh. We can actually hear the sound of waves lapping against the shore coming from this painted wall. Not only is this place liminal, it's also haunted. Although past experience shows the two things are far from mutually exclusive, this will actually be a great place for when I finally lose my mind wandering this endless forest. I can retire here. Alright. Back through the vomit hallway. Oh, it's hitting me even worse this time. Okay. Challenge to self. Just stare straight forward and walk all the way through. Doing that, keeping my eyes forward, actually had a slightly different effect. It was a little less nauseating than looking down, but it was also... I don't know, it was like my vision was warping around me. And those objects sticking up in the green light makes me think of a graveyard. What is it actually? We'll have to wait until we arrive to... Wait. Oh no. Oh, it's mannequins. Oh, it's... No! These aren't just any mannequins. These are the models that appeared when Gmod 13 Construct Beta was installed. The ones that haunted my game and could spawn anywhere. They actually did appear and surprised me at the bottom of an elevator on GM Hyde. Don't blink. I don't even have a lot to say about that. I think it kind of speaks for itself. Imagine if there were sounds of conversation and activity coming from them. Imagine you're lost in here for all this time, and then you hear it and run towards it only to find that. I just heard something really weird on my left, like... Wait. That sounds almost like a train moving slowly down the tracks. Oh, these disembodied sounds are the worst. To me, that projects such an air of malice, like this place wants to give me false hope, or... I don't know, it just really raises a lot of questions about the nature of what this place is. Then again, this does actually lend itself a lot to the idea in the back rooms of it could be malicious, it could be something deliberate, or it could just be kind of a random mishmash of different concepts and ideas from our reality. Like someone's just taken a bunch of assets and the universe has just dumped them all into one place haphazardly. And now we've worked our way back around to our little Kermit dock. Since I'm starting to run out of things I can actually see... No way out, though. Well, that's it. There's nothing left to do but to run off into the dark and hope it takes us to something new. And my hopes are quickly squashed. I've talked before a couple of times about how classic liminal space imagery often has in common with each other elements of 90s children's play areas. And this seems to be that taken to its absolute extreme. The absolute most of that 90s vibe, combined with the absolute terror of a dark and unfamiliar environment. Oh wait, there's actually one more thing I'd like to try. And that's to see if there's actually anything in this water. Okay, well, I just found out I'm Jesus. Does Jesus have the power to remove me from this spot? Wow, this is a little bit weird. What happens if we no-clip down? Whoa! Oh, this is actually fairly deep for what it is. I don't know why you wouldn't let me fall through. This is way more terrifying. And a great job having us spawn here. Making us think it's a different map entirely until we look around and realize that something's not right about this forest. Well, I guess we'll move on to the next one then. Hello, who's moving down the road over there? I welcome you now to GM Nocturne. Nocturne? It's a word I've seen written many times, but never actually spoken. That's weird. There's actually what seems to be cars on the road. Although this doesn't look like it belongs in an era with cars. What was that? Well, I guess we need to head up to the haunted castle and see what's going on up here. This is one that aesthetically looked really, really pleasing to me on the workshop, but which I'd been told is not very big. It's probably a good idea to get out our lantern and go see what the creepy old lord wants. Now, what were those cars, and where did they come from? I mean, oof. Oh, that's a train! A train that comes out of the tunnel, but where does it go? Maybe it stops in the city itself? Let's head under the bridge and see, because it looks like they're... Well, actually, that looks like a giant stain on the wall. Oh, this is like standing under the shadow of Discount Hogwarts. Oh. Huh, that's odd. It seems like it goes right through without actually stopping. Like a ghost train. Passing right by the graveyard. Wait. It's hard to hear over the ambient sounds, but I could swear I could hear like faint screaming from inside, all distorted. Oh! Okay, I probably could have seen that coming. Oh, let's just get inside. I can't bother with proper stairs up until this point. Not that it matters. This place overlooks just miles and miles of barren nothingness. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. These are the least clipped stairs in the universe. It's a good thing dirt has been deposited over these ones, making it more of a ramp than a staircase. Is this some kind of grand cathedral? It looks like a place of religious significance. You hear that? For just a moment, I could hear like garbled radio static. Oh, I don't think this is a church. I think this is a tomb. The heads of those statues replaced with spotlights? Now there's a creepy image. Our Lord is buried here, yet still rules from his own tomb. I don't think I'm supposed to be here. And now I'm starting to realize why the train rolls right on through without stopping. This place is totally empty. Such a weird anachronism. Anachronism? How do you say that? We've got electric lighting and apparently payphones and trains, yet this all feels like something out of... Well, something out of like the 1500s France or something like that. Let's head to the left first, since it seems like there's less down this way. Man, there's just something so creepy about that train not stopping. The ruins of monuments dotting the otherwise totally flat and empty landscape, and what looks to be a single light off in the distance. Although from its perspective, I probably look much the same. No, wait, there's another one down there as well, and another. What are those things? Perhaps just reflections in water? This map creator is doing some seriously spooky stuff with statues, I tell you what. It's so spooky being able to see my lone little shack off in the distance. Maybe I'm the caretaker of this place. Someone has to tend to it, but it's not safe to live inside, and so I just have my little house at the minimum safe distance away. And every night I make the walk up here, lantern in hand, to make sure the curse of this place doesn't leave. This looks like a very fall-downy type of staircase. Bump, 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 bump. These sounds are being broadcast from every statue, but why? And who's responsible for the light on in that tower? Almost like a lighthouse in the middle of an open, solid landscape. This overlooks the whole place. Through the stains, it's hard to see out of the windows, but I think down there... Well, I can't tell what that is down in the courtyard below. Although that is definitively a bloodstain. I don't think we really need this lantern with all these light posts around. But there's where the real castle is. Yeah, I can see more of those glowing things. Oh, I think those are just trees with weird lighting. If we really wanted to make a run for it, although it is quite high up, we could potentially drop down onto one of these trains as they pass. In fact, I'd be kind of interested to see one go under us. Here's one. Oh, and it's a very strange shape as well. Imagine the view from that train going by. The ghost stories that might be started by the conductor who sees the lone, shadowy figure standing on the walkway of that cursed castle that hasn't been inhabited in years. And yes, I am considering that a variation on the "this place looks like it's been abandoned for years" meme. There's another train going by. Frequent schedule, I guess. But I saw a staircase over here. Whoa. I did not expect this to lead to this. Wait. Oh, you've got a hidden balcony. Were there people walking about and perhaps just a few railings? This place could almost be cozy in the winter. Whoa. And wait, even more whoa, what is that? I feel like these bloodstains are where we find the remains of unfortunate folks besides myself who decided to trespass here. That doesn't look good. I hear coughing. I ran on the treadmill today, so crouching down is going to be even harder than it was before. My knees are wrecked. There's a little hideaway here. Like a place where one can stare longingly and watch the trains go by. Although it looks like someone was pulled through the bars. By the way, good dramatic timing, train. Yeah, someone was definitely calling this place their home. For who knows how long. But whoever it was, it didn't work out for them. Now out onto here, we can see what the upper level of this area is like. Maybe more of a living area? This place has a whole lot of completely empty rooms. I wonder what the actual gameplay intention of this map is. It's furnished about as sparsely as an RP one. This place is just built to give you all kinds of different perspectives on itself. Tell you what, let's forget about this for now and continue exploring the rest of this place before we head into the deep, dark dungeon. More wooden rooms seem nice in the meantime. Oh, look, a staircase. We can go into... Oh. Man, this place is just built to have lots and lots of huge windows that don't serve much purpose except to give you even more views of that tower. Wow. And that giant stain on the wall down there by the train tracks... for a second, it almost looked like the silhouette of someone standing on the skyway. Guess I'm all out of choices then. Oh, come on, this place should not be so dark with a window right here, and a huge one at that. What a nice sitting room this would be if there was actually anything to see out in this empty landscape. Let's head on down and maybe see what the deal is with that graveyard. You know, when I see smokestacks next to a graveyard, I get really on edge. Are these crematories? They don't look like it. No. Just more little houses. Man, who'd want to live down here? Maybe this is where they put the lowest of the low to remind them who's in charge. Well, it wasn't actually possible to access the graveyard itself, so... And now it's time to move into the far end. I get the impression now that this whole place was actually one giant residence. And everything we've seen that isn't some kind of massive chamber or hall is just spaces for all the servants to live and work. A lone slide right into the roots of some trees? It's almost pointlessly malicious, like there's not even a rest of the playground attached to it. And so out of place to begin with. Hello, liminal space. What is this? What is this even meant to be? This is not what I expected to find at all. Oh, we can't actually climb it, only look out onto the expanse below. Now, the whole existence of this place and the surrounding landscape just leaves a whole lot of unanswered questions. And none of the potential answers are good. Out of curiosity, I decided to come out to this grove of trees, and what do we find but 2 graves under this giant tree? I don't know what the creator is trying to imply here, but it feels significant. However, I feel like I've done my duty as the unholy groundskeeper, and it's time to get a move on and explore the next map. Sounds like a perfect night to gather together and solve a murder. After everything we've been through tonight, I think it's a good idea to unwind and relax with a mansion that isn't haunted, at least I don't think so, but is nonetheless spooky and very, very comfy. And that's a map titled simply Clue. I believe the look of this map is inspired by the 80s movie of the same name. Although I honestly couldn't tell you for sure, it's been so long since I've seen it. But man, what a good space for some stormy paranoia amongst your friends. And that's exactly what this map is made for. I believe the intended game mode is either Trouble in Terrorist Town, or one which I personally prefer, Gmod Murder. I really love social games that are based around paranoia, of not knowing who the killer is or when they'll strike or who you can trust to be alone with to go investigate. Stuff like that I think makes for some of the funniest interactions with friends, especially if everyone commits to the bit and agrees not to talk once they're dead. Hello, what is this? Can we play this, perhaps? Oh no, sadly not. Oh well. Now, we're going to have to keep a lookout because I believe this map has a lot of hidden entrances and trapdoors and all that stuff. Aha! Always look behind the paintings, especially the suspiciously large ones. Oh, look, this place has a secret study and everything. Already we're stumbling onto Easter eggs. Oh, what a great place to hide to avoid suspicion when everyone's searching for the killer of a recent body. But from the look of that outline, this isn't the only way in and out, is it? Whoops. Aha. This entrance is a little bit less secret, though. But I guess that painting exit does give you ample opportunity to leave. You could commit a murder in there and then not be the only one sticking around when someone comes in seconds later. And it wouldn't be an old British mansion without portraits of past owners staring down at you as you make your way to the kitchen in the dark. That fireplace does not appear to be as contained as it should be. Whew. And this is the absolute worst spot for a desk. Especially on a stormy night like this. I'd be sitting here writing and constantly feel eyes on me from the windows behind. Also, these are some absolute tomes. My god, each one of these must weigh 30 pounds. Ooh. Can we hide in the closet? Not quite. I was gonna say, that seems like a great place to stash a body. And this bust seems like a great potential murder weapon. See, I was about to complain that I would like it if this map had a more consistent ambient track. You know, perhaps constant rain falling, maybe slightly more frequent thunder. But I feel like if you were to actually play a game on here, that thunder would play at just the right times to punctuate moments of uncertainty. Okay, now that's a secret passage if I've ever seen one. And that's a ghost that now haunts these halls if I've ever seen one. Look, it's even got the swirly red background of haunting. Let me guess, right here's the switch? Oh, I can read these places like a book. Oop. Now, where will this secret passage get us? There's a ladder. Oh, whoever becomes a tunnel rat on this map has the keys to the castle. And another ladder over here. And through here, yet another secret door. Ooh. Looks like we're entering some kind of pantry. I'd be willing to bet on the other side of this is a kitchen. Here we are, yep. And if this were to be closed, can we do that from here? Oops. I wonder if we can actually close this and cover our tracks when we come through here. There we are. And yeah, it just looks like a plain old cabinet. That's really awesome. Usually on maps like this, things like this are really obvious. Here, you can't even tell. Can we open up that serving window? Yes, and this leads to the dining room. Hello, what is that artwork? I just opened that door with a force. You're not even trying to hide the fact that this place is haunted anymore. Thank you, Thunder, for showing my point. Yeah, that's clearly the mad kitchen staff who butchered the children and husband and left their corpses seated at the table for when the wife came home. Now we find ourselves in the back hallway. Is that a closet door, or maybe a basement? Bathroom. Wedged right here in the corner, it's a nice spot. Imagine coming out in the middle of the night, looking out and seeing a single lightning flash illuminate the whole foyer through those windows up there. These are the kind of places that are really, really nice when you're having a grand ball or some kind of gathering with friends, but it's only when you have to spend the night for yourself that it comes to take on a more ominous tone. What is this? Oh, it's like a sitting area or a day room type of thing, but maybe you could spruce the place up a little bit so it doesn't look more like an outdoor crematorium. Oh, it's actually not so laid out as I thought. Still sun in the sky, but it's very late evening. Still, it is always quite comfy being surrounded by glass, watching the rain roll off of it, all from the safety and comfort of a heated home. Then again, if you don't have someone to do it with, it can also make for one of those Friday evenings where you're looking over your shoulder after reading creepypastas, which, also has merit, but in a place like this, I do have to wonder how quickly it would approach the threshold where it becomes more scary than comfy. I'm just gonna go with the assumption that any fireplace I see is a secret door. And there we go. Ooh, this is a ladder that goes downward. Down into the basement. Okay, well, following my usual rule of working from the bottom up, this should be a good way to go, right? I think I've seen everything out in the hall. Then again, I'm starting to feel like I've gone a little bit out of bounds. Is this perhaps something a little more than what I thought? And why is this area flooded? More ladders. Oh, these concrete tunnels exist on either side of the building. This place has more places to hide than to normally function. It's almost like this place was built by someone who wanted to kill off all the guests, doing so from the shadows every time the power went out. Or somebody who just wanted to have a nice place for quiet time. Now, of course this place has a wine cellar, but it might not be quite as hidden as I thought because there is a staircase going up, and that might be the one, yes, where we saw the power switch. Tell you what do you say we make this more interesting? Huh. I've gotta love this map for this. A would-be killer can kill the power, then kill one of his victims, doing so entirely in the darkness and startled panic. It's so cool how in gameplay you can actually have that classic scenario where the lights go out for only a few seconds, and when they come back on, someone is dead, and someone in the room is a murderer. Well, let's... Actually, no, not our flashlight. Well, let's creep up the stairs and continue then, shall we? I always love those moments where I'm made to feel like the groundskeeper from the Haunted Mansion ride. This is scratching an itch to be sure. Walking down these empty, dark corridors filled with disturbing artwork. Okay, horror baby's still sleeping tight. That's good. Every portrait makes me feel like there's a disturbing backstory behind the person it represents. Like this house is full of a history of murder, sabotage, all that stuff. That looks like a staircase to the attic. We'll want to save that for last. Okay, this room's a little bit bigger. Hi, don't do that. Jeez. Oh, those dead eyes. I bet they're hiding something. No? Oh wow, this actually might just be a texture on the wall. With your size, I could have sworn you'd be a secret door. Okay, is anybody gonna jump scare me from here? No. Okay, you look decidedly more pleasant. Are you a trapdoor? No. Then again, maybe you can only be opened from the back. Is that the mansion itself? Nothing over here. Okay. I had been putting it off, but to the attic it is. Up here, we can actually hear the patter of rain on the roof. And it looks like there are some emergency lights on. Tunnels in the attic are a bit of a new idea that I don't like the look of. That's a brand new fear for me. This night is really getting its parting shots in. Lots of tunnel access. Alright, let's go through here. I'm really sorry about this, laser pointer thing. I feel like that didn't used to happen, and I have no idea why it's happening now. Oh, it's one of those ladders we found earlier. Which means that I bet the other one also leads to something similar. How far down does this go? Wow, yeah, see? Now we can actually see the view of coming out of this bathroom during the night. Such an eerie space. But I honestly love it for that. Those places where that dull blue haze comes through the window. Yeah, for the briefest second, I thought I saw something there in the dark. Alright, well, I guess we might as well start exploring this place to the full extent. Oop. Good thing I caught the ladder on the way down. Now, I know there were more through here. Just a question of where they go. This one could potentially go all the way up to the attic. Oh, no! No! Maybe these portraits really do only open from behind. Come on. Can I open them at all? Wait, oh. Oh, this one just pushes open as a physics object. Okie doke, so if I spin this around... Hang on, let's do this. Boop. Let's get this just right. So much for a quick escape. Alright, now I believe you should be flipped around. Ha! I knew it! I knew you were hiding something cool! Alright, let's continue having a look around. Oh, what about up here? Ah! Another one. Where does this lead? Oh, back to here. Which means, which one were you? Come on. Hang on, I have a solution for this. Ah, it's you! Wait, how fast can we get you spinning? Come on. You gotta time it right. Yep. Oh, we're making him sick. American entertainment. Oh. Now, what happens if we go for the ladder on this side? Oh, another one of these portraits. I wonder where this one leads. Ah, that is so creepy. Being able to push one of these things open during the night onto the bed of a sleeping person. Oh, this house really was built for murder. But I think we've seen about all there is to see. And we can finally head downstairs and restore some power. Man, it's like I was saying at the start of the video in Atmospheric House. Oh, it's a beam on the railing. For a second, I thought it was someone leaning over the edge in the dark. Now imagine if I turn it on and there's no one there. Nothing there, I mean. I'm glad the posts are there. If there was someone there, that would actually be worse than not. But yeah, as I was saying, it's like I was talking about in the beginning with Atmospheric House. It's those rainy Friday nights where you've just read some creepypastas, you're jumping at every creek, and you make it your mission to go on patrol around the house. That, to me, that is the absolute epitome of what creepy and comfy is. Can we actually mess with this stuff? Not this. But what about these doors? Yep, we do actually have a couple of coat closets here. I really think this map gets the creepy and comfy vibe, the fear and fun that defines so much what I find enjoyable in life. And even though we've been through quite a large variety of feelings in these maps that we've explored tonight, I hope it comes across in the entire video that this whole mood of the day, I think, should be very relaxed, should be very much about seeing the fun in it, not taking it too seriously, and ultimately just kicking back in a bathrobe and slippers and really enjoying that nostalgic childhood feeling that Halloween brings. Speaking of Halloween, I hope you're having a happy Halloween, or had, depending on when you watch this video. And if you like this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more creepy and comfy content. If you have any ideas for other videos you think I should do, the best place to suggest that will be at the Discord, which I will link in the description. If you want to try any of these maps out for yourself, those links will also be in the description. And as always, I will see you in the next one.